Hey everybody, this is iLad and we're back on the V for Vanilla server. As you can see, I've made some progress on my base. I think it looks pretty awesome. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but then again, I guess I didn't know exactly what to expect it would look like. But I really like it. Come over here a little ways. Of course, it's kind of hidden behind some. Whoa. Of course, it's kind of hidden behind some trees. Um, But yeah, I love this idea that this massive thing is floating overhead, just kind of hovering. I cleared out some trees here in front, and I'm probably gonna clear out, a few of these trees along the sides, give it plenty of room. And then later I'll come back in and replant some trees so it's definitely surrounded by them without actually being almost supported by them, because I definitely want it to be free floating. Um, So I built a way into the base, which is a simple slime block jumper pad thing. The way this is built, it does lift the podzol blocks up with it, and that makes it a little bit tricky to use, but I didn't want this huge thing. I wanted to keep the actual pad as small as possible. Usually when you see these, they're surrounded with obsidian or furnaces or note blocks or whatever. I didn't really want that, so I'm just kind of going with this. It works. When I step on the pressure plate, it starts a clock, and the whole pad just bounces up and down really quickly. Probably 9 times out of 10, I make it in on the first try. A lot of the time I don't, but as long as I'm careful to line it up correctly, it's not so bad. So, I'm coming up, I'm like this. Yeah, and there we are. So it's not flawless, but it works all right. And here's the inside of the base currently. Ignore my little nether wart farm here. This is only temporary. Only temporary. Just until I can make a more permanent setup for growing nether wart. Um, all of the wood is placeholder. All of this will be replaced with other types of blocks. I've got myself a simple hopper clock going on in here. This is going to power some of the automatic farms around the base. The pyramid up here is the future home of a beacon. Whoa. Obviously, those will be, iron or gold or whatever other kind of blocks. Um, and here, this is the most complete portion of the inside right here. This is pretty much what this whole wall along here is going to look like. I've got my furnaces used as kind of wall texture. I got a little bit of storage going on. This is not a lot of storage. It's not going to be really enough storage, but it'll it'll be part of my storage solution. Let's see. Let me sleep right quick. All right. The jack-o'-lanterns won't be visible from the inside. Dang. Try that again. Yeah, the jack-o'-lanterns won't be visible from the inside at all. They'll only be visible from the outside, showing through these stair blocks that I have. Go back outside and look at those again. Here, you can see up there, there's just these little hints of orange, and in the dark that should be glowing pretty nicely. That's the only visible part of those jack-o'-lanterns at all. Let's see, I just realized got some blocks missing right there. And there's the fail. Let's try that again. Duh. I never fail twice in a row. That's not true. I do it all the time. There we are. Okay. Yeah, so that could be more efficient, but it works mostly. I'm going to keep thinking about it, but I'm alright with it the way it is. Okay. Yeah, so I guess the next step would be to get some kind of a ceiling going on here in this big belly of the beast kind of thing, and then start working on the upper levels. Alright, well, there's the first part completed. Just some simple ceiling beams running across the top. Yeah. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go up from these, and the actual ceiling is going to be, maybe a block, block and a half above the beams, so that there's a lot of depth in the ceiling, because it's really what I want. Just a little note about how this is going to kind of end up. The inside of this base, or at least the bottom part, is going to be very, very dark inside. You can see that all this stone brick is actually bottom slabs, so nothing's going to spawn in here once I have all the placeholder blocks out. And I want it to be as dark as I can get it. There will be light. There will be some structures where the placeholder blocks are that are going to be lit up, but I'm hoping I can kind of reduce how far that light spreads, so that the majority of this space is pretty shadowy. That way when we're looking up at the ceiling, since there's going to be a lot of depth to it, we should dimly see the beams and then a lot of shadowy space in between them. At least that's what I'm hoping. We'll see if it actually works out that way, but I hope it will. All right. Eh? What do you think, huh? Not too bad, huh? Obviously, this whole end over here is not finished yet, and this end needs a lot of work. But just kind of looking out across the center here, you can kind of get an idea what this is going to look like, and I have to say I'm really happy with it. This is pretty cool. Again, the wood is being replaced with other materials for a beacon pyramid. There's going to be some lit up areas right in here. This will be dimly lit, not like it is now. Same over here. This will be replaced with stone slabs. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I was just using this as a tree farm. Just needed a little place to build some, or to grow some spruce trees. But now I don't need that anymore. And it's kind of a liability, so out it goes. Yep. So yeah, the overall look is going to change, but this is, I think, a pretty good preview. I think, looking at this, I can kind of tell what's going to go on with this. As far as up here, I use slabs up on the ceiling, and that's why it appears to let light through, but it's not really lighting up anything. I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way. I don't know if I'll be able to keep it that way with the structures that I have planned to build up there. Most likely the ceiling is going to go completely dark. It's a little sad to me, but I'll get over it. I may keep, if I can, I may keep some of the highlights, like maybe a streak down the middle, something like that. We'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. But I've put a lot of work into this over the last week, and I think now I would actually like a change of pace. So we're going to head over to Spawn, and I'm going to start work on a little shop at Spawn that I've been planning for some time. So I'll see you there. Okay guys, here we are. I think I'm going to build my little shop right here. It's a little bit off the beaten path, but that's kind of what I wanted. To get started with though, unfortunately I think I'm going to have to do a little deforestation. But don't you worry, I am going to plant these trees back. And apologies to the other V4V members if I disturb anything that didn't want disturbed. Well, it seems I forgot to pick up some necessary supplies, so fortunately I know exactly where I can restock. By now I'm sure y'all know exactly what it is I'm looking for. Gotta get some bone meal to grow a giant mushroom, or 4. Alright, giant mushroom. Oh yeah. Let's see, so that's going to be 1/4 of my shop, more or less. Actually, a good bit more than 1/4, I suppose. Um, So if I make that one corner, I'm gonna want, let me think here. I'm gonna want the other corner right about there, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. And then another corner is going to be 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right there. Which means, yep, I'm going to have to take out this tree as well. Alright, so the next step should be to kind of get this corner post here moved out of the way, because truthfully this is, even though it is where I want it right now, it's kind of in the way of what I need it for. So let me see if I can't get that shifted over here. Yeah, that should do. Yeah, you see how the two columns are kind of, well, obviously one's centered right here. I mean, duh, wait, no, right here. And then the other one's over there. Well, I want this to bridge the gap between the two pretty evenly. So I'm actually going to start right here and see how many blocks this is going to move. Too many, I think. So I'm going to do it this way. These three are completely pointless. Alright, so that's 1, 2, no. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Darn. Adjustment. I think I can do that. I thought incorrectly. I am wrong occasionally, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I see. Oh well. Okay. I think that might be right. I think that's as far as it needs to go. So, if I pop these down, too much. Okay. Yeah, so far so good. Oops. Man. Okay. Alright, go ahead and rip this out. It's gonna have to come out anyway. So what do you think about moving the roof that I'm standing on and mounting the piston on, huh? Historical fact. Entire city blocks have been moved before, in a process not too different from this one. If you haven't ever heard of it, you should look up the Raising of Chicago sometime. It is quite an interesting thing to read about. Whoa. Basically, they moved entire city blocks several feet up in the air because they needed to raise the street level. And in many cases, they didn't close the businesses that they were moving. They moved an entire hotel with guests still inside, and they didn't tell the guests that they were going to do it. This one guy, the story goes, this one guy checked out of the hotel, and as he was walking out of the hotel, he was confused. Dang it, why am I not sprinting? Sorry. He was confused because he looked back at the front of the hotel, and he realized that there were windows that he had been able to see. Man, my sprint is not working. Neither is my train of thought. Fine. When he checked into the hotel, he had been able to see through windows at ground level. And as he checked out of the hotel, they were above eye level. And he was very confused about that. Because no one told him that they had jacked the hotel up in several feet in the air. Which to me seems a little questionable, but okay. The game is officially not registering my my sprint. I don't know what's going on with that. Whoa. Okay. Okay, almost there. Let's see. Yeah, I was about to mess everything up in the wait. That's not going to accomplish anything. Okay, how are we looking? Oh, that is beautiful. That is nice. That is. One more thing I gotta do though. I gotta move it that direction by 2 blocks. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I'm not ready to do that yet. First, I need to go ahead and grow the other 2 pillars. Anyway, you gotta go look up the raising of Chicago. Makes moving giant mushrooms seem almost like, you know, like a video game or something. Okay. Cool. Alright, so there's a 2 block gap and I've got to move both of them over exactly 2 blocks. So I reckon probably the best way to do that would be to just kind of shave out in the middle here. Except now I'm wondering if I did this right. I don't think I did. There was supposed to be an odd numbered gap in between. I didn't go far enough that way for these 2 pillars. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, did that work? Hey! I am finished moving mushroom blocks. No, I'm not. I'm just lying. I am completely not finished yet. So there's a little bit more moving we've got to do. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. Oh. Probably can't do this. Just do it this way. Basically, I'm going to go down just the center here, and I'm going to punch all that stuff up. Okay, alright. 4 columns and a roof, guys. That's enough to open a shop, right? Right? Well, hey, it's a start, right? Yeah, I just realized I'm missing some of the materials I need, including I need a whole lot of vines. So I'm going to go ahead and get those started going. Um, I've got to go back to my base. Nah, you know what? I can mine everything I need right down in the community mine. So I'm gonna go collect some of the stuffs I need, and I'll be right back. Well, some time has passed. I've gotten some work done. It's raining, but what do you think? Got everyone's favorite building material here. You know, it was when that update came out, was it 1.8? I think it was 1.8. It was heartwarming to see how everyone just welcomed this new block into their hearts with open minds and open arms. It was a thing of beauty. Well, I like it. At least, let me rephrase that. I like it in this build, but yeah, not generally. Let's see. I need some lovely glass. Oh, crap. I need some lovely brown glass to kind of go with the overall look of the building. Let's see. But really what I want is panes. I'm gonna add a little bit more vinage here and there. Now this other pumpkin, I have a special thing in mind for. It's an idea that I had a while back, and I put some thought into how to pull it off, and I figured it out. And I can't remember how to make, there we go, that's an armor stand. So if I come down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I drop the armor stand in. Oh, I can't. Let's see, drop the armor stand in right here. What do you mean I can't? Come on. There we go. Okay. Piston. Push that over there. Get rid of this. Take this back. Get rid of that. No. Coarse dirt. Stick the coarse dirt back in. Oh, whoops. Okay, coarse dirt. Yep, there we go. And jack-o'-lantern, yeah! I mean, it's not a jack-o'-lantern, it's a pumpkin, but, I mean, come on, look at this. Is this not cool? He's just kind of sitting there at an angle, and you can barely even see that there's, you know, a little armor stand sticking out. In fact, if I do this, pop that right there, you can't see it at all. I mean, how great is that for a little building detail? Well, I'm proud anyway. I don't care about y'all. I do care about y'all. But anyway, I'm proud. Hee hee. Alright. So anyway, sorry. Hey, I think I'm done with this build. All that remains is to arrange the interior, and that I am definitely not ready to tackle today. I don't have the materials together to open up the shop anyway. And this episode, I'm sure, is already running very, very long for me. So, yeah, I'm just gonna stick a couple details into place, like so and so. More to cover up the jack-o'-lanterns than anything else. And I think that's going to do it for me. Um, Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build. I'm looking forward to getting the shop open. Y'all don't even know what it is yet, do you? It's alright, you'll find out. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.